In a world of growing darkness, an actor, director, and father of 7 falls in love with God and his script, the Bible. He discovers that he was cast to fight for and train his children in the ways of the Lord. With great zeal, he creates an app of the entire Bible as a script to be role-played for regular family devotions. He wants his family to see God's big story and the part they are to play. Successfully running an inner-city ministry in Philadelphia, PA, where Ben and his family have brought the ActorsBible App and the stories to life in an immersive 360-degree theater for their community. They are now on a grand adventure, traveling to Israel to act out the Bible stories, using the app in the actual locations they took place. See them in real life applying the Bible stories to their lives, exploring the land, meeting the people, helping the Jews return to Israel, and encouraging Christians to play their role in restoring the Holy Land.
Good morning, everybody. It is time for family meeting, so let's go ahead and have Isabella lead us in prayer. Close your eyes, everybody. Oh, somebody's here. Isaiah, can you get that for me?
Sure.
Who is it? I wonder who it is.
You bet! Hi!
Hi! How are you doing, Isaiah?
Good. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. What are you guys up to today?
Just in time for family meeting. Can you join us?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. This is special. This is great. Okay, guys, so this morning we're doing the story of the demon-possessed man set free. Can everybody say set free?
Set free.
Okay, I would like to have Isabella lead us in prayer, please. Close your eyes, fold your hands so you're not touching anyone else, and let's go ahead and pray.
Father, thank you for this day, and I thank you that we're going to do family meeting together, and that you both can join us, and that today's family devotions will be good seedlings, and we can learn from it, so that a big tree can sprout when we're older. Amen.
Amen. All right, we're going to cast for this, so I'm going to pull up the ActorsBible app here. Shh. I would like someone to play the narrator role for me.
I think Mom should do it.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thanks, Mom. And I also would like, I'll play Yeshua. If somebody could be the pigs.
Me.
Okay, Josiah's going to be the pigs. Oink, oink, oink. I need a demon-possessed man.
You bet.
I need a herdsman. Herdsman?
No? Do you want to be a herdsman?
Sure.
Great.
You want me to?
And a herdsman too. And I also need to have
I'll be a disciple.
disciple. There we go. All right, let's jump into it. So, you bets, if you want to hit start presentation on there, and now we're going to go ahead and get some props. So I need you to find something for Shepherd. And we already got a nice prop for Jojo there, the piggy. And I have this sheet that we can give to the demon-possessed man, Zay. You can give that to him once he is free. Now, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and start. Bets, can you hit play on the screen for me there? And I think Mom here is going to be the narrator. Action! All right.
They came to the other side of the sea into the country of the Gerasenes. When Yeshua had come out of the boat, a man with an unclean spirit who came out of the tombs met him. He lived in the tombs and nobody could bind him anymore, not even the chains, because he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been torn apart by him and the fetters broken into pieces. Nobody had the strength to tame him. Always, night and day, in the tombs and in the mornings he was crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Yeshua from afar, he ran and bowed down to him.
What have I to do with you, Yeshua, son of Elyon? I adorn you by God. Don't torment me.
For Yeshua said to him, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit."
What is your name?
My name is Legion, for we are many.
He begged him much that he would not send him out of the country. Now on the mountainside there was a great herd of pigs feeding.
Look at all the pigs out there.
Big, stay there. Big.
Oink, 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 oink.
Please, send us into the pigs, that we may enter into them.
At once, Yeshua gave them permission.
Watch.
Unclean spirits came out and entered into the pigs. The herd of about 2,000 rushed down the steep bank into the sea. They were drowned in the sea. Those who fed them fled and told it in the city. And in the country, the people came to see what it was that had happened. They came to Yeshua and saw him who had been possessed by demons, sitting clothed in right mind, even him who had the legion, and they were afraid.
Those who saw it declared to them what had happened to him, who was possessed by demons and about the pigs. They began to beg him to depart from their region. As he was entering into the boat, he who had been possessed by demons begged him that he might be with him. He didn't allow it.
Go to your house, to your friends, and tell them what great things Adonai has done for you, and how he has had mercy on you.
He went his way and began to proclaim in Decapolis how Yeshua had done great things for him, and everyone marveled. They came to the other side of the sea and to the country of the Gerasenes. When Yeshua had come out of the boat, immediately a man with an unclean spirit who had come out of the tombs met him. He lived in the tombs. Nobody could bind him anymore, not even with chains, because he had often been bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been torn apart by him, and the fetters broken into pieces. Nobody had the strength to tame him. Always, night and day, in the tombs and in the mountains, he was crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Yeshua from afar, he ran and bowed down to him.
What have I to do with you? Yeshua, son of Elyon. By God, I adjourn you. Don't torment me.
For Yeshua said to him, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit."
What is your name?
My name is Legion, but we are many.
He begged him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now on the mountainside there was a great herd of pigs feeding.
Send us into those pigs, that we may enter into them.
At once, Yeshua gave them permission.
The unclean spirits came out and entered into the pigs. The herd of about 2,000 rushed down the steep bank into the sea, and they were drowned in the sea. Those who fed them fled and told it in the city, and in the country the people came to see what it was that had happened. They came to Yeshua and saw him who had been possessed by demons, sitting clothed in right mind, even him who had the legion, and they were afraid.
Those who saw it declared to them what happened to them who was possessed by demons and about the pigs. They began to beg him to depart from their region. As he was entering into the boat, he who had been possessed by demons begged him that he might be with him. He didn't allow him.
Go to your house, to your friends, and tell them what great things Adonai has done for you, and how he had mercy on you.
He went his way and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how Yeshua had done great things for him, and everyone marveled.
This part is the ancient road. So the demon-possessed man walked this very road as he came up. This is the remains of the ancient church that was built right here. This was it. Of after the demon-possessed man came up. Look at Daddy.
Daddy!
What did you find? Let's see. Good job.
We just saw a little bit of rocks and we just.
This is the floor. Listen real good.
Mosaic?
This is the mosaic floor. Good job, Joe. This is the mosaic floor of the church that was built of the first congregation of believers after the demon-possessed man who had been set free came up and shared his story about how Yeshua had set him free. This body of believers believed so strongly. Why? Because the demon-possessed man, it was undeniable. He was one way before. The whole town knew it. He was crazy. He would rip off the chains. He would cut himself with stones. And here this man had been transformed. It was undeniable. Jesus was God's son. I want to teach you guys a song while you're digging. It goes like this. And it goes along with the story for today. I had a bad spirit. God gave me his. He freed me from my past. Gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone, gotta tell everyone. Sing with me. I had a bad spirit, God gave me his. He freed me from my past, gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone, gotta tell everyone. One more time. Everyone, gotta tell everyone. Can you imagine the demon-possessed man who is now free, going from house to house, telling everyone? I had a bad spirit, God gave me his. He freed me from my past, gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone, gotta tell everyone. Hey, so we want to ask our questions. The sophomore says, what did you learn about God's character from this story? Let's start with Isaiah. Isaiah, what did you learn about God's character from this story?
What I learned about God's character from this story is that he can set people free. It doesn't matter how many demons they have, or their addiction, or lust, or that he can free people.
That's really good. Thank you. Joe, what did you learn about God from this story?
That he said that he freed the man and the demons went into the pigs and they fell off the water fountain.
The water fountain.
The steep cliff into the water.
Into the water. And then they had to drink at the bottom.
Mommy, what did you learn about God's character from this story? Shh.
I learned that he's powerful. That he's very powerful.
Nathan, what did you learn about God?
The same as that thing that Isaiah said.
Okay, Bella?
What I learned about God from this story is that he has mercy on people who don't have mercy shown by their own.
You bet. What did you learn about God's character?
I learned that he has a plan. By freeing that man, he was able to go out and tell the world about Christ.
Amazing. Isaiah, what did you learn about a main character? Tell me the character and what you learned about him.
What I learned about the demon-possessed man is he didn't want to hurt himself and cut himself with stones and hurt other people around him. It was the demons inside him. He had no control. And I realized that the demons, they didn't want to leave the country, and the demons that were inside of the demon-possessed man, they didn't want to leave the country because me and you know, we did the research on it, and that country, that's where they thrived there.
Territorial demons, yeah, principalities. Very good, thank you. Joe, what did you learn about a main character? Pick the main character and tell me what you learned. It could be the herdsman, it could be the pigs, it could be the demon-possessed man. What did you learn?
I learned about the demon-possessed man that he was set free, and the demons went to a pig, and he wanted to come with Jesus, but Jesus told the demon-possessed man to tell everyone.
Excellent job. Okay, so Mommy?
The shepherds, or those who were feeding or tending the pigs, they were really afraid what they had seen, and they wanted Yeshua to leave the area.
Isabella, what did you learn about a main character?
I learned about the herdsmen of the pigs, that they were just trying to make a living, and they were hurting the pigs, and they were just very scared when Jesus did the miracle instead of really looking at it and seeing what was happening. That there was a miracle going on included their sheep. I mean, pigs, they should have been proud. Their pigs got to be in a miracle.
They were martyrs. Got it.
Martyrs.
Yvette, what did you learn? What main character would you learn?
Actually, it's kind of the same as Isabella, where the herdsmen, they were more focused about the pigs and what's happened rather than a man being saved.
Ooh.
So sometimes we forget what the main focus of the story is.
Wow, amazing. All right, guys, let's close our eyes and ask God to show us what he wants us to obey from this story. Something that we can stop doing or start doing today. Let's close our eyes. And maybe we need to say sorry for something as well, too, to God. So let's close our eyes. Okay, Isaiah, if you could lead us.
With God's help, I will look at what's happening in the spiritual, with like what is God's doing, and not what's happening now. And even if it looks bad, I'm just gonna know that something's happening in the spiritual that I'm not aware of.
Father, with your help, I'm going to share my testimony with others as soon as you give me an opportunity to, even today.
Lord, that I can share how you've been merciful to me. Josiah, please.
I would not be mean like the herdsmen, and I would not tip someone out of the land and tell them to leave.
Thank you.
God, I would not be bad, and I tell adults to not be bad. Amen.
Isabella.
With God's help, I will be like the demon-possessed man, that I will obey you, and that I want to go with you on that boat. I want to follow you to the ends of the earth and to the end of time, and that I will go out and tell what you have done for me, and tell about you and what you've done for others when you give me the opportunity to.
Well, with your help, Lord, I will be focused on your work and what's important and not get distracted by the temptations of this world and the herdsmen.
So yeah, I think all of us really need to be bold and share our story, and thank God that he gave us his story in a story, that we can understand God's big plan of redemption through a big story. And so I need to be brave to share my story for others to get delivered and to know God. So I'm really going to be asking today for God to show me a time and an opportunity to share my faith. And I pray that you guys will as well too, okay? Yvette, it was so awesome that you came today. This is really special.
Right on time.
Thanks for playing such an awesome role and part. You guys say goodbye to Mr. Yvette.
Bye-bye, Dad.
We'll see you soon. Thanks for
See you in
coming
a
over.
bit. Bye, Dad. That was fun.
Yes.
Right here, they would turn this. This isn't actually the real one, so it doesn't actually work. But they would turn this, and it would go down, and then it would smush the opposite, and it would go through this crack, through here, and then down into this. This would be clean though, and then they would. So they could have it cleaner down here, and then they would just take out the.
Cool. And do you guys know why this church is here?
There were some Christians there.
No, because there was Christians here because this is where the miracle of the pigs happened, where Jesus freed the demon-possessed man right on that hill there. So they built this Byzantine area church. Right there, over there. Yep. And they built this church to commemorate, and that's how they often knew where the miracles happened, because of where the Byzantine churches were, because they were built on the site. Find the Byzantine church, find where the miracles happened.
The rest God gave me this.
I had a bad spirit. God gave me his. He freed me from my past. Gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone. Gotta tell everyone. Last time. I had a bad spirit. God gave me his. He freed me from my past. Gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone. Gotta tell everyone. Great job. Preacher, preach. Preach, preacher.
I had a bad spirit.
Okay.
Spirit from my past, maybe live last, and someone just hit me with rocks.
I had a bad spirit. God gave me his. He freed me from my past. Gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone. Gotta tell everyone. I grew up in a town in Indiana where everybody loved Jesus and everyone went to church, but I found that I loved my sin more than what I thought about church and God, and so I just hid it secretly, and I struggled with sin, but I planned to sin, but I love to do ministry and church and drama and theater. In fact, I played Jesus on the cross hundreds of times in plays, but I never knew my need for Jesus' atoning, forgiving work on the cross of taking my place. But I came out to Philadelphia doing urban ministry, where I began to work with hundreds of young people. Me and my wife, I fell in love with my bride there, and we began to use arts evangelism in the streets of Philadelphia to win the young people there. And we did major plays and showing the gospel. But still, I was struggling with inner sin from my past and my childhood. Really, it was void of God's word on a regular basis to really bring true transformation. Fast forward, I became a father, and I began to have my first daughter. And as I found out that she was coming, my wife and I so wanted to have children. And here my daughter was coming, but then the fear of the Lord really began to grip me, that my sins were now going to have a direct impact on my daughter. And that shook me. It was like, okay, it's not just me being a hypocrite and living and being okay with my sinful ways, but now I knew enough that my sins were going to impact my daughter to the 4th generation. And so God thrust me into His Word, and for 9 months I read through His Bible, from Genesis to Revelations, and I was like, why haven't I read this before from the beginning to the end? And I read it through 3 or 4 times. And when my daughter came 9 months later, when she was delivered, so was I. And my wife would tell you, I'm not the same. I used to smoke and drink and be promiscuous and have a hidden life. And God totally transformed me. And now instead of reaching kids in Philadelphia, He's actually having our family reach fathers in Philadelphia to raise up and to lead their own families in regular times in God's Word. So my family has actually created an app called ActorsBible. It's the whole Bible as a script, from Genesis to Revelations, with all the sounds and visuals of the Holy Land in 360, for fathers to lead their families faithfully in consistent Bible time in their home, role-playing the scriptures. So that's what we're doing here today. But God transformed me. I was one way. And when I read His Word and when I became a father, my Father in heaven turned my heart towards Him, and now my children, their hearts are being turned towards me as I represent Jesus to them and the gospel, as I wash my wife with the Word regularly, as I disciple my children in the fear and the admonition of the Lord. True transformation, true revival is taking place in my home, and I pray to inspire other fathers to lead their own families the same way. Can you guys help me sing that song that we sang in the beginning? I had a bad spirit, God gave me His. He freed me from my past, gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone, gotta tell everyone. That demon-possessed man, he wanted to go with Yeshua Jesus. And he said, please let me go with you. I want to be your disciple. And he says, no, I want you to go and tell all the people, go to your friend's house and tell them how God has had mercy upon your soul. And he went up to Sisita, and the whole village was transformed and became believers in Yeshua even before Jesus died, was buried, and resurrected. If you go to Sisita, at the top there, you'll see the first church that ever was. And it's because that man was faithful, and because they knew that man and his sin and his craziness and his ripping off the chains and cutting himself, they knew the transformation. They lived with him all those years, and they looked at him clothed and in his right mind. Yeshua is Lord. Yeshua is Lord. And so I proclaim today, Yeshua is Lord. He has transformed a sinner like me, and I need Him every single day. Let's sing that together. I had a bad spirit. God gave me His. He freed me from my past, gave me love at last. Gotta tell everyone. Gotta tell everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Gotta tell everyone. I had a bad spirit. God gave me His. He freed me from my past and gave me love I had. So I don't tell anyone about my
Lunch break, let's go.
I had a bad spirit. God gave me His. He freed me from my past. He never left. God tell everyone. Everyone, I had a bad spirit. God